Hi everyone, it's Cindy Shapiro. Welcome back to That Girl's Yoga YouTube channel. Yet once again, it's been a minute. I think it's been a month, and this has been an interesting month. I would say we could all say for everybody. I was all excited this morning when I woke up to record another video for you, and my microphone that I use to kind of soften the sounds in the room broke. So I tried and I worked on that for about half an hour, tried to fix it, and it is what it is at this point. So it's interesting that this series that I've chosen to bring to you is on transitions. And the old me would have gotten really upset about this, but I want to record a video, and a broken microphone is just a broken microphone. So I have my microphone still on. I just don't have the one that really creates that studio sound. So I'll get another one, and that'll be that. But I wanted to share with you because we all go through these things. They all happen to us, and really that's one of the small things. You know how that saying goes, don't sweat the small stuff. So I'm not sweating at all. It'll get itself taken care of, but I'm really happy to be here with you all. So if you're going to join along, I would suggest having 2 blocks and a blanket with you, maybe a strap if you need some extra support. I just have a traditional Mexican yoga blanket here that I'm sitting upon. So I'm going to have you join me in a comfortable seat. I'll put on some soft music. And once you've got your props and you found yourself in a comfortable seat, if you need extra support, you can always place some extra support underneath your sits bones. And then cross your legs at the middle of the shins and rest the hands onto the thighs and close the eyes. Feel your sits bones root you down into the earth as you begin to tune into your breath. Notice how your physical body is feeling today, right here in this moment. Maybe you have a lot of thoughts swirling around in your mind. Give yourself a moment to acknowledge those thoughts. And then let those thoughts just be where they are. As you bring your attention inward to the breath, notice the natural rhythm of the breath. And can you invite your breath to slow by breathing in through the nose and gently blow the air out of the lips. Feel how that helps you to feel more rooted and more grounded. We take a breath in to receive prana and blow the air out of the lips to feel the body soften and relax. Take as many rounds of this breath as you need to feel yourself centering into the practice. A longer exhale than the inhale. As you feel the muscles in the face begin to soften, relaxing through the jaw, and the space between the eyebrows. Making any necessary adjustments you might need to make. This is about a 30-minute practice today. We'll be practicing through Sun Salutation C and ending our practice today with legs up the wall. If legs up the wall doesn't sound like something that interests you or something that you would like to do in your practice, you can always put your legs up against your sofa, your bed if it's not too high, over a chair, or over a bolster. Now as you let the breath come back to its natural rhythm, just in and out of the nose, that's going to help to keep that breath nice and slow. And today we'll be focusing on a 3-part breath. You're going to take your left hand and place it onto your heart and your right hand onto your belly. And when you breathe in, feel the breath begin in the belly and how that breath rises up into the ribs and how it might travel as far up as under the collarbones, but no pressure to bring it up there. And then when you exhale, be aware of that 3-part breath releasing from the chest, wherever it traveled to the ribs and back down into the belly. We inhale to feel the base of the pelvis press into the earth, the belly gently fill, the ribs fill, and the chest fill. Exhale to soften into what is. Now as we explore the sensation of this breath, take a moment to feel the weight of the hands on the body. Feel the weight of these hands as a reminder for you to hold yourself within this space of being completely present and completely aware, acknowledging if there is a certain energy that you would like to bring into your practice today, and setting an intention based on that energy that came to your mind. As we practice together today with this conscious collective, let us all be reminded that there is no need to push ourselves too far. And whenever there's a moment where you want to be a little more gentle, please offer yourself that time to be extra gentle with yourselves. There's no big race, there's nowhere we need to be, but in this exact moment of now. Let the hands travel into heart center as you gently bow the chin into the chest. And let's seal that all in. Take a nice big 3-part breath, Durga Pranayam. And as you exhale, gently blow that air out of the lips. Meet me lying on your back. If you like to have a blanket underneath the head, please offer yourself a blanket under the head. Those blocks can be set off to the side. And as you lower down onto the back, make sure that the shoulders are not on the blanket so that the shoulders are nice and free. I'm just going to turn my mat around sideways so it's easier for you to see me. Now as you get yourself nice and comfortable, invite the knees to come into the chest and take a little rock side to massage the back. And let your eyes gently close as you continue to bring that awareness inward. And transition into placing the hands onto the kneecaps. We'll create a little bit of a pumping action. When you inhale, extend the hands and the knees out to arm's length distance. Exhale, come back to that breath where we blow the breath out of the lips. The knees draw to the chest. Inhale to extend, create gentle release. Exhale to blow the air out of the lips, release the knees toward the heart. Now keep going with this gentle pumping action at the pace of your breath. As we find a gentle release to the low back, as we stimulate all those muscles that surround the backs of our hips, our sacrum, the back of our pelvis. And after that last round, when the knees drop into the chest, release that breath, come back to in and out of the nose, transition into wide-kneed circles. Hands stay to the kneecaps, big toes touch. We open those knees out nice and wide, extend out in front, drop them into the chest. And keep going at the pace of the breath as we release synovial fluid through the hip flexors to help release through the stress response. And any of that excess energy that we might be holding on to. Reverse the direction. Now as you come on back to center, lower the feet down to the mat. Step them out as wide as the mat is. We'll work a little bit here to continue to release through the hip flexors and the pelvis. Also be working here to find release across the shoulders, the chest, and throughout the side body. Transition into a windshield wiper with the knees to the left as you turn your head to the right, as we gently stimulate through our ascending colon. Inhale, come on back to center. Exhale to release the knees to the right. The head will gently turn to the left. Keep that left shoulder nice and firmly rooted into the mat. Continue at the pace of the breath, using the spine as foundation, the shoulders as foundation, and using the knees to help to create a gentle movement as we awaken the body, awaken the spine, and continue to release the thoughts from the mind. Sometimes it's challenging to let our thoughts completely release. When we move in a mindful practice, when we're very slow like this helps to create neuroplasticity. And what that does is that trains the mind that when we come to the mat, it is okay. We are in a safe space to let go. Let your knees drop to the left. Let the left knee be heavy as an anchor. That right knee can gently drop toward the left knee. You can walk that right foot a little further away from the knee. We just never want the knee to go any further past the hip. If you want to go a little deeper, you can always cross left ankle over right thigh. Let your head gently turn to the right. If that feels like too much for you, you can always place some support of a block underneath the right knee. I'm going to demo what that looks like. So that block just comes in between my left foot and my right knee, and then it just gives me some really nice space to open through the side body. We're going to do something that's kind of funky, and it's called proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation. And what that is it's a contraction and a release. So we've got these polarity of our breath. When we breathe in, it creates contraction, and when we exhale, it creates release. We'll take that right arm and slide it back as far as you possibly can. If your shoulder gets tight, you'll just bend the elbow. Take an inhale to sip the breath in as if you were sipping in through a straw. Make a fist with the right hand. As exhale, let it go. Clench the teeth gently and send the air through the clenched teeth to make that S sound. As you open out the right hand and completely relax to the right shoulder and the right side body. We'll take 2 more rounds. Sip the breath in. Grow long through the right side body. As exhale, open out the hands, sigh the air through the teeth. Let it all go. 1 more round. Sip the breath in, grow long. Make your fist. As exhale, let it all go. Walk the feet back to center and cross the leg if you crossed it over. Windshield wiper your knees over to the right. Let the head gently turn to the left. Now this is our ascending colon. This is where we release anything that is no longer needed, where waste gets released through our body. You're going to walk that left foot away from the right. Let the head still stay to the left as you extend the arm behind you. You want to go a little deeper, maybe right ankle crosses, or you use that block under the left knee. Take an inhale to sip the breath in, grow long. Make your fist. As exhale, let it all go. Let this be something that feels really comfortable. Inhale, feel everything that's contracted. And then as exhale, just let yourself completely melt into the posture. Inhale, sip in. As exhale, let it all go. Uncross the ankle if you have it crossed, or remove your block. Walk the feet back to center. Hug the knees in toward the chest. Transition into sacral circles, hands to the kneecaps. We gently circle the knees together in one direction. Reverse the direction. Extend the legs and the arms up toward the sky for supine dandasana. Roll out the wrist and roll out the ankles. This is going to help to send synovial fluid through the wrist joints, the ankle joints. It's going to release the muscles that surround the knees and the elbows. And then reverse the direction. And personally, I think it just feels really wonderful. Now hug the knees in toward the chest. Lift the forehead up to the knees for Uppanasana. Give yourself a nice big hug. Maybe you wrap the arms over the shins. When was the last time you gave yourself a hug? Beautiful. Now if your low back is feeling sensitive, keep the hands to the knees, the shins, and you can just gently rock forward and back. And then meet me in tabletop pose. Hands underneath the shoulders, the knees underneath the hips. You can use that blanket for extra support for the knees if you need, or you can just set that blanket off to the side. Once you've found your tabletop pose, begin to flow through cat-cow, rounding through the spine on the exhale. Inhale for cow pose. Keep going at the pace of the breath. Easy, smooth transitions between the inhale and the exhale. Walk the hands out in front of you, about an inch or two, maybe 3 inches. Curl through the toes, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog as you press the hips up. Take some time here to pedal out through the feet by bending through one leg as you straighten through the other. Pressing the heels down toward the mat as you straighten the leg, keeping a nice bend into the knee as you bend it. This gentle release to create a really nice transition into releasing from the back body, the side body. As you come to stillness, press the heels into the mat. Beautiful little inversion to get blood flow to the brain, to help to continue to create that neuroplasticity. Now walk the hands back toward the feet. Try not to look at anything in your house that you might notice is crooked. I just noticed my plant was crooked. Take an inhale to a flat back, fingertips to the shins, extend out through the crown, and exhale down to release. Now walk your hands back out so that you come into a high plank or a knee down plank. You can always lower the knees down. So as you notice those transitions, what is it that your body is needing today? If you're staying with me in knee down plank, those toes stay curled. We shift the chest forward. Lower down to the chin, chest, and belly for prone pose. If you're in plank pose, lower all the way down to the belly. Inhale for low cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhale down to release. Inhale, come on up, knee down plank. Curl through the toes, hips up to the sky, downward facing dog. Now on your next inhale, lift the right leg up toward the sky. Notice the transition. Keep the heels pressed into the mat as that leg lifts. We bend into the knee and step the foot forward for runner's lunge. Lower down to the left knee if you need blocks. This is where your blocks will come in handy. You can place your blocks on low, medium, or high. As you keep the hands onto the blocks, keep the chest lifted off the thigh. Let the gaze just look forward. Tailbone is nice and long so you can protect the low back. And then walk the right hand onto the right thigh. Lift the left arm up toward the sky. Find your balance here. Right hand comes onto the right hip. Take an inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lateral bend to help create release through the IT band. That's that long muscle over here, also known as our outer groin muscle. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale on over to the second side. Lower that left hand down, lower the right hand down. Lift the left knee up as you curl the toes. Come on into runner's lunge. Straighten through the right leg, modified pyramid pose. Gaze goes down to the mat, chest toward the thigh. Bend into the knee, back to your runner's lunge. Straighten through that front leg, modified pyramid. Bend into the knee, come back to lunge and step the back foot up to meet the front foot forward fold. Inhale for flat back, extend out to the crown. Exhale to fold. With a neutral spine, lift the arms up toward the sky, Urdhva Hastasana. And exhale to release, hands come in toward heart center. I just realized I'm wearing my wild pants today because it's FriYaY, my favorite day of the week. Inhale, lift the arms up toward the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Hands through heart center, maybe a gentle bend into the knees. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, flat back. Exhale to fold. Inhale, arms lift, neutral spine. Exhale, hands in toward heart center. Inhale again, lift the arms. Exhale, bend the elbows and sigh it out. Prana Mudra, lift the chest. Inhale again, gather all the energy that's present. Exhale, bend elbows, sigh it out, let it all go. Good, inhale, lift up. Exhale, hands through heart center, forward fold. Inhale to flat back. Exhale to fold. Bend into both knees. Step the left foot back. Come back to your runner's lunge. Lower the left knee down. Lower the right knee down. Second side, left foot steps forward. Low lunge. Keep your hands onto the blocks as you keep your chest nice and lifted. Hug the left hip back gently. Take a breath in and softly sigh the air on the exhale. Walk the left hand to the left thigh. The right arm will lift up to the sky. As we find that nice reach, place left hand onto the hip. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lateral bend to the left. Inhale to bring it back in. If you get wobbly, that's okay. I get there too. Exhale again, release on over for a lateral bend. Come on back to center. Lower the right hand down, left hand onto the block. Runner's lunge. So that's our medium lunge. We lift the right knee up, straighten out through the right leg. Keep that heel nice and lifted. That gives us really beautiful stability. We straighten out through the left leg, modified pyramid, chest toward the thighs. Bend into the knee. Back to runner's lunge. Inhale to straighten, modified pyramid. Exhale to bend into the knee. We bend the right knee, step the foot up to meet the left foot, forward fold. Inhale to flat back. Exhale to fold. Inhale, arms lift up to the sky. Exhale, release and bring hands in toward heart center. Beautiful. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to flat back. And exhale to fold. Step back to your high plank or your knee down plank or skip plank completely. You can always stay in a down dog or a child's pose. Either lower all the way down to the belly for prone or halfway for Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale for up dog or low cobra. Exhale to press back to down dog, tabletop or child's pose. Adding on a little deeper to our lunges. Lift the right leg up toward the sky. And bend the right knee, step that right foot forward. Now walk your right hand onto your right thigh. This is a part of our transitions. Then we walk the left hand onto the right thigh. Lift your chest up, take your time. Left arm will lift as you feel steady. High lunge, crescent lunge, right arm will lift. Sink down into the hips as you bend deeply into the right knee. Take a nice big breath in. And then as you exhale, lower the hands down to the mat. And we step that right foot back, come back into down dog. Just realized I forgot that second side of lifting the left leg when we came into our runner's lunge. So hopefully you remembered. Now lift the left leg up to the sky. If not, don't worry, I promise you won't walk around wobbly today. All right, next inhale, we bring that knee into the chest, shift forward, step the foot forward. Now here's your transition. So sometimes I like to scoot my back foot a little further, a little closer to my front foot. Gives me more stability. You can walk the left hand onto the left thigh. You can also have a block here if you need. And then walk the right hand onto the left thigh and lift the chest. Now once you feel stable, that right arm will lift, and then the left arm will lift. Sink down into your hips, keep your chest nice and lifted. Take a breath in, sigh the air out. Lower hands down to the mat, and then we'll step that left foot back. And actually, let's just lift it up again right now so we can make that up. All right, then lower that foot down, lower the knees down, press back for an extended child's pose. Feel the hips, press deeply into the heels. Extend out through the arms. Take a nice deep breath in, feel the back body fill with air, and sigh it all out. Next inhale, we come into tabletop pose. Your choice, high plank, knee down plank, down dog, or skip it. Take an inhale. As you exhale, lower either halfway for Chaturanga Dandasana or all the way to the belly for prone. Inhale, low cobra or up dog. Exhale to press back to down dog. Next inhale, we lift the left leg up toward the sky. Bend into the knee, shift the foot forward, come into warrior two. Now here's our transition. We lower that right foot down, right toes are facing forward. You can place left hand to left thigh, right arm lifts up, opens out, extend left arm out, warrior two. Inhale to lift up for dynamic. Exhale back to two. Inhale again, lift and lengthen. And exhale back to two. Stay here, hold for 3 rounds of breath. Notice your feet as we gently open through the front, this right hip. We gently open through the sides of the body. Feel that we're rooted and grounded into the earth. Next inhale, reverse your warrior. And then exhale, come into a side angle. Lift the right arm up and over the head. Good. Let the left forearm rest onto the left thigh. And then we straighten through the left leg. Place the hands onto the hips. Feet are going to face forward. Interlace the fingers together at the low back. Gently lift the chest up. Wide-legged forward fold. Prasarita Padottanasana. Maybe the arms lift up over the head. Can you release the crown of the head down to the earth? Inversions are wonderful when we're creating neuroplasticity. Release the hands, let them float down the sides of the legs. Place the fingertips on the mat. Inhale to a flat back.
and exhale to fold. Walk the hands onto the hips, squeeze elbows in as you lift the chest up. We transition back to warrior two to the left. Cartwheel the hands down to the mat. Step the back front foot back to meet the back foot, back to down dog. Next inhale, right leg will lift up to the sky. Hips are nice and square. These are our transitions. We bring that right knee into the chest, step the foot forward, lower left foot down. Make sure left foot is at a 45 to 60 degree angle. Walk right hand to right thigh, left arm reaches up, opens out. We're back into warrior two. Turn the gaze forward as you sink into that front hip. Inhale, straighten through the front leg, lift the arms up, dynamic. Exhale, back to two. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale to two. Last round, lift on up. Come on back to two and hold for 3 rounds of breath. Can you feel that you're lifting up out of the waist, but there's this really nice lengthening happening. Next inhale, reverse, lift the right arm up, left hand to the back of the left thigh. Exhale, side angle, right forearm rests on top of the right thigh. Now, of course, if you can reach the hand down, please feel free to do so. Come on back up, straighten through the front leg. Good, let those feet come outward. So let the heels come in and the toes out. One of my students, this is her favorite pose, and one of my other students, it's not her favorite pose. Goddess pose. We're gonna keep those feet out, bend into the knees, keep the hands onto the thighs so the fingertips point down toward the mat. Dip your left shoulder forward, come on back to center, and then we'll dip that right shoulder forward. Come on back to center, hands into the heart. Make sure that the knees don't roll forward. We want them to roll out. Tail is nice and long, thumbs into the chest. Take a big breath in through the nose. And lion's breath, stick the tongue out and down. Let's have a little fun, right? It's FriYaY. Straighten out through the legs, lift the arms up toward the sky. And then release the hands in toward heart center. Back to warrior two to the right. So that left foot's gonna come at a 45 degree angle. We bend into the right knee, open out through the arms. Cartwheel the hands down to the mat. Step front foot back to meet back foot, downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Sigh the air out as you lower down into an extended child's pose. Nice big breath in. And then sigh the air out once more. Now as you use your hands to press yourself up, we're going to set ourselves up here to do legs up the wall. So you are most likely going to need to move your mat, and you don't have to have a mat if you don't wish. I'm just going to move my mat over here along this wall. Now you might want to have a blanket underneath your head, so you could always bring your blanket back with you if you would like. So I'm going to go ahead and take mine. Now if you've never done legs up the wall before, you can take a peek at me. I'm going to show you how this is done. What you do is you get as close to the wall as you can with one side of your body. And then you scoot a little forward so that you have enough space to lower down. I've got myself in a little corner over here next to my altar and my plant. But have no fear, I'll get it done. Then we send the legs up the wall as you kind of scoot. You might look a little silly, but that's okay. And then just kind of scoot your bum a little and extend the legs. And then if you have that blanket, it feels so lovely. Rest the arms by the sides. Close the eyes. Take a nice big breath in once you've settled in. And sigh the air out of the mouth. Allow your body to just melt into this space. Feeling the practice as it gently integrates into the body. Feeling the heart rate slow, the breath slow. Invite the muscles in the face to gently soften. See if you can release the tongue away from the roof of the mouth. And just let it settle at the base of the mouth. Relax to the space behind the backs of the ears and sense that there is space between the base of the skull and the shoulders, so that our neck is nice and long and relaxed. This is where a lot of us tend to carry a lot of tension and tightness. This is our time to be completely at rest and at ease with ourselves. Maybe you place the right hand on the belly and the left hand onto the heart. As you gently hold yourself here in this space, as we take these last few minutes to enjoy this place of silence, rest, rejuvenation, Shavasana. Allow your breath to come back to the room, your awareness to come back to the room. Hear the sound of the breath gently deepen as you bend one knee and the other knee. As the knees draw to the chest, roll your body to your favorite side. And then you'll use your hands to gently press yourself up. And come on back to seated. Hands come into heart center for Anjali Mudra. Gently bow the chin into the chest. As we hold this sacred time, this very special time for our practice, we hold it here within our hands. Let this be our gratitude for the rest of our day.
And as we hold this gratitude in our heart, let it be a memory that each time we come to our mat, it is that special time to find that connection with ourselves. And each time we come, we can see that how these transitions are a part of every single thing that we experience in life. Thank you for allowing me to guide you through this practice today. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. And thank you for your comments. I really enjoy hearing all of your comments and replying back to you. So anything that you want to share with me, please feel free to share. And please share with your friends, like, subscribe, all those wonderful things. I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Until then, happy transitions.